Well, Lloyd Kelly, author and poet, here again with yet another episode of the story. A story called Poetry in Commotion. It's taken from the book called Poetic Justice Code, a collection of short stories and poems of the times, now available on Amazon Kindle. Go take a look and see. You just might like me. Now, here's the story. Poetry in Commotion. One was to have seen it in some social media forums, coming to us in recent times and altered decorums. Imaginary imagery of other types of supposedly well-placed arguments and teleprompter letterings captured to say to me, the black people are the stupidest people on the planetary system today. That's the most outrageous thing to say. Nay, are you? But instead of anger and our outrage, someone else and I were heard shouting to have their say. Yeah man, on our airing page, because that was our first reaction to said comments coming off them and us. And here's the cause. Even to a fraction. Although I myself and he and them are oblivious to the obvious reason that he, yes, him and I, we are those types of manly guys, the best. We would never become so quiet that we would not be able to stand up in the doorways and say, we are happy in our own skin today. Surprise, surprise. But why? Someone else was heard asking him and I. It's because the answer was to come clawing back at us and fast. One has a way of knowing the truth when it is spoken, even if and when such a one never knew it before then. This is one such truth that has been poking hard at you and me in a recent time span. Yeah man, you and I can't be denied that one. But then again, even if those reports were fake news of sorts, or falsely comes those reports back to us in talks, there must have been some truth to it for it to have grown wings and the legs and taken off. No? Like taking to the sky and flying. Wouldn't that be a possible reason why Inc. got some things to say on these and other such issues? Tell me, how did we as a people get to such a place as the tissue? To have nothing but mud, smoke, and dirt hurling at us from them and the misuse? Would have lived and happened to see nations born out of next to nothing. Was to have happened in my whole lifetime, even. As a matter of fact, Tiden, I'm even older than that thieving. Yeah man. At least one of those little brats they are breeding, but they have risen up out of the dust to be contending and commanding a place in the seats of powerful wielding, at us in fact, at world power, and at last, even dominance too soon. It's happening in our lives and at times, in abundance to our dads and moms. But there is a people somewhere on this earth's end vessel, not very sure what they are worth and lesson, nor from whence they had come, but they are nonetheless here, for a while yet, a moment to spare, you bet. These people have done nothing with what they were given to get, like the chosen piece of earth land, even the best. The very same piece that a few of the other men beasts came over here to feast and test their teeth at, or when they were to go over there to possess, like this and that. A little bit here and there from under our feet they took it square, yes, and then ventured out to go and make something great out of it. Ate all the fish, sit back down on it. Then, all of a sudden, Those other people were to have seen it again, saw what was to happen when, yes, that. They saw what the newcomers had done with what they had taken from us and got fat. The tiny bit of paper and the writing of the pen, it's still taking and wasting what's left of us and them. Now they want it back, but to go and do what? One was heard asking things like that in somewhat of a mocking shock. To go and add to the much that they still have done got? Oh my gosh, like, still got lit and lighting up yet the more lampposts to go lit up a lot more of it. She was heard to have said this to me and spit, okay? While the rest of us and our kinds are still sitting here and doing nothing with our own crown, she was to continue raving on. Yeah, you don't say, said that one that very way. Meanwhile, the other man is still doing many things and yet observing you and building military wings like jet, studying and discovering some more. You bet. Very many are those building kinds of things that they are doing, even down to the tiniest of molecular beings, of genes, and the difference in between. This one too, and the other who was questioning you, asking about what makes one person or thing out to be different from the brother, talking about how to manipulate things in proper order, in order to make them out to serve him better him than you, you know, the go-getter. Yes, that's who, my brother. Oh yes, my beloved brother. But best, look at the other thing. He has managed to convince those other people, those right over there on the overladen vehicle, that their ways are old and outdated and not good anymore, underrated. So, those people over there would have given up on the ways and the established customs, those ways of their forefathers' generation. Go on, cuss them if you want. Yes, those accursed things leaning on your arms. Those who would have taken on themselves the things of the other men's wealth, as if it was to come to them and their children's help, because they love the others' ways and the customs, all of their fabulous must-come things, much more than they had ever loved the foolishness of their own forefathers' messing. So now, it's the other man who feeds them with altered and manipulated feedings, some kind of Jesus-approved and approved food they call them, or something. After they are done praying over the cornmeal dumplings, give gifts of water to drink and wash them when, and which quenches their thirst for a short season, for a while, yes, that's the only reason. But they will surely cleanse the earth of you in the long runs of denial, when you don't even know how to know what's the crushing style, that which is happening, until it happened to you, child. Yes, my child. Yet trust and obey that man is what you do, all the while. True? Go fix it, boo. Now, smile and look at who? You, because he's the one who clothes them and you, educates you too, gives laws to government to rudely awaken you, medicine to yield you after the seasonal flu, after they are done with sicking the big bad dog on you. Sorry, I meant to say whenever you are ill-figured, go figure it out or go away, boo. Gave you religion about who? Yes, a religious godly bout of doubt, old or new. Dwindle-dumb norms abnormally stout to go out and perform them on you. Also sold on you are those normal norms, maybe, And strangely are the customs coming in lately. Money to spend and to buy them, and then some. Some other nothingness and nonsense from them. It just comes. And it gets poorer for so doing. And more are those in spirit, even waste you away and prepare you to die and go off to heaven. But why? Oh my. Know that the time has come for their actual dying and for the wasting, starting off from their children's licorice tongue tasting, or more like not having children as the basic chasing, because those are bad for the square of them. Sorry, I meant to say beware of them, for the environment of the day, for the earth's equilibrium, the ecosystem and species preservation. Such are the other things of those men shunned by some. But as for us, like you and our way of life, those must be observed, so says those other orders of the knights. No one is going to deprive us of our ways of life, nor cause us to stop the wears and tears. That's right. In other words, cause us, meaning them, to change our way of life, such as making theirs out to become ours, because it's a given from the creator of all things even. That us here means they, them, yeah man. They must have the very best and the most, yeah. All that there is to have of this earth, I suppose. But of course, you don't say, I won't. Not at the expense and extinction of others such as us and the brothers and the boss. So why bothers with us? Not for them though, the other men folk. It's not about them and us. No, it's about all of us, the Neanderthals. Wink wink, that will be all. No, think about this and that. Think about all other such things and the facts. All of those many wonders of wonderful things about this beautiful rock band called Earth. Hey, good evening again, or morning, since it's earlier here on the dirt we are all in, which we want to preserve for whoever will come after us, not to be leaving. It's not about us and them though. We are all in this together. So, if we have all been bad, then we shall all go back out badly together, because together we have been bad stewards of this earthing feelings and the weather. So, now we must pack together towards her healing, to bring her back to her farmer, like, whether we like it or not, we must bring her back to her farmer glory. So said her, not me. All of us together must do this glorious weather, because we are equally in it together. All are equally responsible for what had happened to her in the past year, and happening even now at last year. Therefore, we will be rewarded equally for the ultimate outcome that we would have fabricated with our own hands. And our knees, well, of course, excuse me please. And out of the collective imagination here is system of ours. See? Yeah man, like this one here on our knees. Right on. Hey, you there, black. That man. Sorry. Lie to me. Tell me that you are worth saving. Again? That's it, my friends. Just an excerpt from the book called Poetic Justice Code, a collection of short stories and the poems of the times by Lloyd Kelly, now available on Amazon Kindle. Go take a look and see. You just might like me. I thank you.